Yo, what's up? It's your boy Smooth.
It's your girl Jolly.
Hey.
And it's Smooth being Jolly. You already know what it is, boo.
So tell them what's going on
So today we're kind of just walking around because we're getting our master's degree. We're going back. This is our second year, hopefully our final year. And today is the day we're going to walk around, kind of reminisce, kind of, plan out what we have to do, talk about stuff related to school, make sure, we right and we're focused and we're where we need to be.
That's right. This journey hasn't been easy on neither one of us. There's been a lot of trials and tribulations in regard to, preparing ourselves for the first year and trying to come back to school for the second year. So we're going to fill you guys all in about that stuff, so you guys could never be discouraged on the reason why you shouldn't go to school. School's not for everybody. We already understand that. But if you want to go and pursue and prefer and advance your education, we all for that. So
Right.
we're going to, be inciting you guys on what our degree is and what we plan on doing with that degree, so you guys are aware of the things that we're trying to do in order to incorporate why we went to school. So, yeah.
All right. So we're both getting our master's in Leisure, Youth, and Human Services. And surprisingly, the University of Northern Iowa is the only school that really offers that degree in Iowa or in many other places.
Mm-hmm.
So what my purpose for getting this degree is to have my own program one day, to help youth that aren't empowered, that feel like, youth that need to be spoken life to. So basically develop programs, not just programs based on, I want programs everywhere, not just based on athletics, not based on academics, but arts, music, all that good stuff. I want it to be focused on everything because every kid has, oh, I'm sorry, y'all. That was a bee. I don't mess with bees. But every kid has a different talent. Every kid likes to do different things, and certain things don't work for some kids, but certain things work for other kids. So it's like I want to kind of be well-rounded in that aspect of programming.
Right. So, in a nutshell, that's kind of basically why both of us want to do it. I've been working with kids for the last 10 years. I done volunteered at, Special Olympics with kids that need inclusion, that, have different mental disabilities or physical disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
I done been coaches. I done been a referee. I done worked at Boys and Girls Club, YMCA. I done worked in a plethora of different organizations to give back to the youth, because so that's something that I always want to do. I have my own story and the things that I've been through in my life that inspired me to want to make a change for myself, because eventually, like we always talk about, I want to have a kid one day. So it's only right that, I do what I got to do as a role model to try to inspire kids that they can be successful no matter what they've been through in their life. So that's the reason why we going back to school. Another reason, tell them why. What was when you was going to Iowa? What was your 2 degrees in?
So when I went to Iowa, that's where I got my undergrad at, University of Iowa in Iowa City, Iowa. My major degree was in theater. So yeah, I kind of took a step into another direction, but sooner or later, your girl gonna be delving back into the theater, But I feel like theater is so creative in so many aspects because it can help you in any field. It helps you think fast. It helps you with all these areas, improvise, be creative, all those different things that you can use in like any field. No matter if it's business, if it's working with kids, whatever. You can use theater arts in any field, I feel.
Right. So, and in my undergrad degree, I went to school for Leisure, Youth, and Human Services, but a lot of things had went on in regards to trying to receive my LYHS degree, which is though they didn't let me complete my degree in that field, so I had to get mine in general studies. So that's why I'm coming back also to finish what I started and also prove to myself that I can accomplish all the goals that I have in place for myself. That's why I want to complete and continue doing what it is that I'm doing today.
Right, because if somebody would have told me when did I graduate in undergrad? 2013. Mm-hmm. If someone would have told me 5-6 years ago I would have been getting my master's and doing all this, I would have been like, quit playing. Why you lying? I am not going back to school to get no master. What I look like. Right. You know, but
because I feel like we all get, wouldn't you say, like we all get discouraged to tell ourselves, like, man, I'm not going back to school. What I'm going back to school for? All they're going to do is keep ripping me off on loans and stuff like that.
You don't know how much money goes into school. Like, it's crazy. But in a way, I feel like, yes, the money is a ripoff and all that good stuff. But in a way, I feel like I have some type of, I feel encouraged. I feel empowered to be going back to get my master's. Not only for myself, but, in the future, if I have kids, that's something that I could go down the line to them. Like, not saying that my kids got to go to college, got to get their master's. Yeah, they choose what they want to do, but it's like, hey, you saw your mom's journey, so you can either, choose to do the same thing, or you can choose to go your own way. Right. But just so they know that journey was there.
Exactly. So, like I said, man, student loans is probably up
I probably got about 60,000, 70,000.
I think I got more than that.
Probably about 80.
Yeah, I think I'm about 80 and up. But
man,
it's all right though, because I just felt like if I give myself a chance, who knows what's gonna happen in the future. As long as I'm giving myself the opportunity to believe that I can achieve whatever I set my mind to be, then it's going to happen. But if I never would have went to school, if I never would have set my mind up to be what it is that I say I want to be, then I wouldn't even know where I could land myself. I've met so many different people from different cultures that have inspired me to look outside of the box, look outside of being from the hood. Nothing wrong with being from the hood. I'm just speculating on you can be more and go back and bring other people up with you.
Yeah.
Because if you just stay in your comfort zone all the time, you have no opportunity in growing the way you should grow. You know what I mean? Like I always say about you, if you want to enlighten me on like country music and stuff like that. Yes, I heard of Tim McGraw before, but that was only because of what? Because of hearing Nelly on the one song. So
over and over again.
Yeah, that's the only way I knew about Tim McGraw. But you know what I'm saying? When I start hearing different artists and different things that they do, I understand their story. Their story not like ours, but everybody go through trials and tribulations. So that's what made me open up. Just being around white people, black people, no matter who it is, just being around different cultures and different nationalities helped me realize that I can want more for myself out of life than what I see. You know what I mean? I love Jordans. I love tennis shoes. I love clothing. But at the end of the day, that's not all what life is all about. You know what I mean? So I open myself up to different things, and I'm ready for the journey and get ready to complete this journey of receiving my master's degree.
I'm grateful for going to college and getting a degree, because originally, like in high school, I would have said, oh yeah, I'm about to go off to the Air Force. I'm not going to college. No, but that quickly changed, and I went to college, and I was able to have so many, like he was saying, so many different experiences. Like if I wouldn't have had gotten into the Camp Adventure program, I wouldn't have had traveled to so many different countries. I wouldn't have had tried so many different foods. I wouldn't have had all the adventures that I've had if it weren't for going to college and pursuing my degree and just, being able to be well-rounded in different areas.
Exactly. So we're going to continue to keep growing. You know what I mean? None of us is perfect. We're never going to be perfect. But I just feel like as long as we give ourselves an opportunity, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Shoot, the sky. Shoot, the universe. We past the sky. Boy, the universe we infinity and beyond in this.
All right, buzz. But
ain't no limit.
That's right. So we can
In
be
my
successful
Master
at.
P voice, no limit.
Girl, you stupid. So I just feel like, long as we keep helping and trying to keep getting better, the better our progress will be. So we will be successful.
That's right. You got to speak it into existence.
Right, exactly. So another thing that, that kind of messes us up in our journey of actually going back to school and the relationship period is being negative.
Yeah.
A lot of times we be negative over the smallest things, and we don't understand sometimes how being negative about certain things that go on in your life, you actually allowing that stuff to dictate your future. The more you speak positive things into your life and saying you want to change and telling yourself, oh, I want to own a business one day. Oh, I want to own this and this and the third. Not saying you can't be pessimistic on certain aspects of things that's going on, because we all have to be negative and positive about certain things that we're trying to endure. But you have to allow yourself to think big. Not saying you can't think about certain problems that will occur, but if you constantly be negative about things like, oh, I'm gonna have to pay these student loans, oh, I'm gonna have to, I don't know how I'm gonna get to school.
Right.
If you want to be successful, you're gonna make a way for yourself, and you have to understand that everything takes time, everything take valuable effort. The more effort you put into stuff, the more you're going to be successful. But if you allow yourself not to dream big, it's your fault at the end of the day why you didn't pursue the dreams that you wanted to pursue. How have being negative affected you?
Well, that's the next thing I was going to talk about while you were talking was, man, you and I, this whole journey has been up and down. So there were some things that was going on with, my account, being able to enroll in school and all this stuff, and I was kind of getting down on myself because I was like, man, if I don't get in school this semester, I don't care. Forget it. I ain't going back to school. I don't really care no more. Like, y'all really gonna be this petty? I got a 3.6 GPA, and y'all telling me I'm in suspension over what? Y'all trying to take away my financial aid and all that stuff. So that really had me going down and really kind of, I didn't really want to pursue anything with you and I anymore, and I used to complain about it on a daily basis. Anytime someone had with you and I, you so stupid, why would you do this, that's why I don't like y'all, all the negative stuff, and then I wasn't thinking positive about the journey, the experience. I had gotten a suspension, but I think that only helped me, because now I'm like, nobody wants to get suspended. Nobody wants to go through losing their financial aid and everything. But now that I'm back on track, I'm like, hey, I can do anything, School's about to come. I'm about to knock it out. Like, I know I'm expecting all A's, but hey, if it don't happen, it don't happen. A's and B's, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can only go as far as you push yourself. So if you want to get them A's, you gotta study. You gotta, but not saying that it's always gonna happen the way you want it to happen. There's always gonna be them challenges. There's always gonna be them mountains. But you gotta keep pushing.
Right. So, one thing I try to tell her a lot is that things are gonna look up. You know what I mean? We can't be down forever. You know what I mean? Just because it thunderstorm on occasion doesn't mean it's not going to be a sunshine. So I had to allow her to understand that, you know what I mean? Because with her anxiety and depression, it brings her down so much to the fact that it doesn't allow her to see the foresee of the future, because she's thinking on the present tense. She don't believe that things are going to look up. So she had to allow me to understand also that I'm just expressing myself. I don't really feel the way I feel, but you gotta allow me to vent. If you don't allow me to vent, you're basically telling me like you're not understanding to the things that I'm concerned about. And I just had to allow her to know that it's not that I'm not understanding to the things that you're upset about. It's that I'm a firm believer in adversity is something that we all endure, but I also have the understanding too that we're going to grow, we're going to make it, we're going to be okay. But if you don't believe that, ain't no way we're going to be successful the way we say we want to, because we're allowing a few negative hiccups to bring us down. So through the journey, you also have to know that as partners, we have to have each other back. If we don't have each other back, we're going to limit ourselves in the way we're supposed to be successful.
We gotta support each other.
You know what I'm saying?
I didn't have dreams and all that stuff. And you know, I can say that I struggled with that. You know,
what did you
with
struggle
the
with?
supporting his dreams, his reality check movement, and all of that. I struggled with that. I didn't really speak life into him. I didn't tell him, you know, hey, you got it. Like, don't down yourself. Your business gonna be good. Like, I wasn't doing that.
Right.
So I had to kind of come to terms with, hey, you gotta be able to do that. You gotta have back. You gotta support each other. You gotta be there for each other. Because if that's not happening, then shoot, what really going on, man?
Right. Because the person you have on your side is the person you want on your side, I should say, is the person that you know believes in you, the person that wants to see you grow, the person that wants to make sure you straight through good and bad times. If you don't have someone like that on your side, it's hard to believe that, yes, I believe in myself, but you also need somebody that you see yourself marrying one day to see the same vision for you. If they don't see it for you, they're not really ready to ride through the journey. So we grew, we understood the magnitude of what supporting each other means, because that's what's going to dictate the outcome of the future. Right. She received a 3.6 for the whole year last year. I received a 3.5 for the whole year last year. So we trying to continue on this journey to continue to get better and better grades so we can be successful the more we put into this. If we don't put our time and effort into actually making each other better and making ourselves better, we're going to fail. So that was the vlog for today. We ready to go back to school, so be looking out.
We about to post more videos about school life, college life, what we do in between classes. You know, we gonna be working out, all that good stuff. So be on the lookout for more videos about grad life.
Yeah.